Welcome back to Anchored Life with Kayla. I am the mom of a 2-year-old who everyone thinks is a 4-year-old, but that's besides the point. She is tall like her mama. Before I became a mom, I thought a lot about what my life would potentially look like when I became a mom. I got married quite young. I got married at the age of 21, almost 22. My husband is 4 years older than me, so he already had a job and financial security, that kind of thing. And I knew that I wanted to be married for a while before I had a kid. And I remember just being really concerned with, am I gonna lose myself when I become a mom? Because you see a lot of parents who, like, everything revolves around their kid, and so they've got their work and then they're just spending their whole evening running kids around to different activities, and there's just no time for themselves, and they just seem worn out, and they're not really enjoying the whole experience of being a parent. And I'm sure you all know somebody like that. And I was thinking, okay, if I am going to be a mom, which I always just assumed I would become a mom, then I want to enjoy the process and I want to continue being me. You might be able to hear my kid yelling. She's supposed to be taking a nap. That isn't happening today. When I was a teenager, I was very involved with the ballet classes. I was spending my summers working at camp, and I knew already that as I started adulthood and was having to work and go to school and all these things, I had less time for the things that I used to be able to do a lot more of. And then I knew that becoming a mom would change things even more, because you have to be responsible for another whole little person. When I was a new nurse, I remember one evening shift, I was talking to a couple coworkers who were both young moms, a little older than me, a little more advanced in their life situation than me, but still, had younger kids. And they both were on a figure skating team together, doing something that they enjoyed doing. One of them was taking her master's on the side to become a nurse practitioner. So these are women who clearly, they obviously love their kids, but they were also doing things that they wanted to do and making sure that their careers were still happening and that their recreational and their physical activities were still happening. And I just asked them, how do you make sure that you don't lose yourself when you become a mom? And they basically just said, just make sure you don't. It's not impossible. I guess I've kind of been thinking that maybe it's impossible to maintain the lifestyle and maintaining who I want to be while I'm a mom, because I'm just going to be focusing on being a mom all the time. They were just straightforward about it. Just said, you just make it happen. And that has been very true for me. I've never forgotten what they said about that, because I love that. I never wanted to be the mom who was at home all the time. I've never been that person. I don't think I'm gonna start now. Some people love to be at home all the time. They don't want to go out. They want to be at home playing with their kids all the time. That's what makes them feel like them, and that is so great. But for me, I want to be able to go out and do different things too, as well as have my family. I was just worried about losing myself. I've recently seen a commercial on YouTube for H&M, which is a little cheesy, but I actually love it so much. It's this mom, and she's holding her baby, and she's kind of looking a little frumpy, and she's looking in the mirror, and it's what if I lose myself? And then the next shot is of her and her baby with matching little outfits, and they're super cute, and she's what if we find us? And I just like that. It's just a change of perspective, because when you are single or even married and you don't have the responsibility of taking care of kids, you can just do what you want. Your time is your own. So we have these very selfish, not to say that's a bad thing, it's just how we are. We naturally just want to take care of ourselves. These selfish tendencies, and when you go into motherhood or parenthood for the dads out there, then you're wondering, how is this gonna work with me and everything that I like to do meshed together with this little person who sometimes is sucking everything I have out of me? Instead of thinking about it as before is all about me, and after, when it's all about the kid, maybe we should be thinking about it more as us together. Maybe that H&M commercial had it right, that, you know, we do a little give and take. We spend some time playing with Duplo, and then mommy spends some time doing what she wants to do to take care of herself too, and choosing to not feel guilty about it. I can look back on my teen years when I was a lot more athletic and had a lot more energy and time to spend on myself and with my friends, and wish that my life was still like that. But then, back then, I didn't have this beautiful life that I've been so blessed with this beautiful home that we made and my wonderful husband, a job that I enjoy, the ability to travel around the world, to have these amazing cuddling moments with my daughter and just watching her say the sweetest little things and do the cutest little things. I didn't have all that back then when I was a teenager and I had the energy and the athleticism. So you know what? That's fine. It's a fair trade. You can't have it all at one time. So you enjoy what you have, and then in your next season of life, embrace that without completely throwing everything that you enjoyed away, because you still want to be true to you so that you're not feeling resentful towards your family for making you stop all the things that you want to do. Like, if you want to keep doing what you love, then it's up to you to make sure that that happens, and that you are balancing your time well to make sure that you are taken care of, your kids are taken care of, your family is taken care of. You might not be able to do as much as you used to be able to do. Like when I was in high school, I was dancing like 5 days a week. And now I'm lucky if I can go 1 day a week. And while I wish I could, maybe not 5 days a week, that's maybe a bit much, dance a couple times a week, that's just not feasible for my stage of life right now. You just kind of make it work. So sometimes there's things that I want to go to or go do, and I just bring my daughter along with me. She is just comes along. She's actually a really good little shopper. Someone just commented on that yesterday at the store. She likes to sit in the little seat on the grocery cart and then just kind of like look at everything go by. So she's pretty easy to bring along. I understand if you have like 4 rowdy kids that, you know, maybe that's not so realistic. But for me, I've just made things work. So I want to go somewhere. I just see if I can bring her along. If not, sometimes you have to find childcare, or sometimes, like in this season, you have to say no to things. My husband is a farmer. He's been very busy, probably like the last 2 months, just working all the time. Thankfully, that season is almost over. He's done harvesting, the field work is almost done, and then he'll be working more regular hours, regular for a farmer. In this time, it's been a lot more responsibility around the home, and with childcare, there's times when I can make it work and I can make sure that I'm prioritizing myself, doing something that I want to do. But there's also times when, okay, responsibility does take over here and I need to be there for my family. I'm just saying that there can be that give and the take, and that with the seasons, things change. My family is my priority, so that does come first right now. I know soon my husband will be done the field work and I'll be able to go take my weekly dance class and go out for dinner with friends. Airplanes are so amazing. Like, how does this continue to grow with literally just a few droplets of water a week? What if I lose me? Like, well, what if I discover something really amazing about myself? What if I never knew this part about me before I became a mom? What if I didn't know that this kind of love existed? It's a love that's indescribable, and to have that experience with this little person is so amazing. Life changes, but not necessarily for the worse. That's something I realize as I get older. Just because things change, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means, you know, you had this really great time in your life that you can look back on with fondness and have great memories, and now you can make new memories and experience a different season of life. But I wasn't the only one who was worried about losing myself and becoming a mom. If you feel or felt before you became a mom the same way, let me know down in the comments, and let me know what you're doing to make sure that you stay true to yourself. I hope this video encouraged you on how you can Still be yourself while being a mom. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button so that I know what kind of videos you guys are enjoying, and leave a comment to let me know what you thought about it. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, what are you waiting for? I release videos every single week on marriage and motherhood and mental health, because all those things just interact with each other on a daily basis. So make sure you're subscribed so that you can catch up on all that stuff. And I will see you guys soon.